Alright, I just got back from seeing Pacific Rim. Should I do a review on it? So, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and 1 week. Fuck, I'm late. So, the general consensus is that the movie's not great. And I'd also give it a 6 out of 10. So let's do something different today. Why don't we look at what went wrong? So the first thing that's wrong with this movie is the style. Let's have a look at this scene from the original Pacific Rim. Do you hear the music in the background? Do you see the neon lights of Hong Kong? And when the Jaeger swings the ship around, you see that little bend back. It's the little details like that that make the original Pacific Rim so good. It's just not another machines versus monsters movie. It's got the finesse of a proper film, and it just adds to the overall atmosphere and the world that it tries to create. And now we'll have a look at Uprising. So obviously I can't get my hands on the film, but we'll have a look at some shots from the trailer because there'll be more than enough to convey what I'm talking about. In particular, we'll look at this shot that ends one of the trailers. Just the way the camera moves and the way it presents all the Jaegers, it comes across as one of those low-budget movies that you would see on Netflix. And this is no budget movie. This movie cost, I think, about $150 million to make. So you'd expect there to be slightly better camera work going on. Basically, the sequel loses everything that made Pacific Rim such a unique movie. Something that differentiated it from the likes of like Power Rangers and Transformers. And instead this sequel kind of comes across as one of those, money-making Transformers movies. And I mean, the similarities to Transformers 5 don't really stop there. You've got your junkyard scrapper teenage girl who joins our main hero on his quest to more or less redeem himself and help out his robot friends. Transformers 5 was pretty shit, so this movie is better than Transformers 5, but I don't know how much of a compliment that really is. So the second thing that went wrong with the movie was the writing. The writing is turdy. That is the descriptor I'm going to use. It's turdy. So there are jokes in the movie, and half of them land, and half of them really don't. And the ones that land are more or less actually to do with John Boyega's performance, and he essentially carries a lot of this film. I'm pretty sure he's like 80% of this film. And then when he's on screen, he's trying to do his best to bring out the movie, and his character is written, I guess, decently well, and he does have a great presence there. But everyone else is just secondary, and the movie is essentially John Boyega and friends. Just the general plot of the movie is pretty ridiculous. Like, I understand the entire premise is ridiculous, but the first Pacific Rim kind of had a grounded story. This one's just this is the story, just go with it. Just please keep going with this. And at points you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And why is this happening? And this is, what the fuck did they do? They definitely made many questionable choices in terms of story. So the action scenes are pretty decent, but just the way they're integrated into the story isn't great. Like, the entire setup for each action sequence borders more on ridiculous. And besides that, this movie falls into the trap that the Transformers movies have been falling into pretty much since the very first one. And it's just, there's too much focus on the human story when realistically what audiences want to see more or less is just the Jaegers beat the shit out of some monsters. Like, that's what we're paying for. But why do we have to get this? I guess if the human story was good, then it wouldn't be that bad. The final thing that I believe brings the sequel down is the treatment of the characters from the original film. Charlie Hunnam's character, completely gone, no explanation either. Mako from the original film is there for a bit, and then her character pretty much is gone for the rest of the movie. The two scientist guys, there's Charlie Day and not Charlie Day. Charlie Day's character is he's butchered. Butchered is a light way of putting it, but his character basically does some things that come across laughable. The things he does in the movie were not supposed to be laughable, but definitely came across as laughable. Basically, when they do this, they alienate fans of the original movie, and if it served a good purpose, I guess it would make sense, but because it doesn't add up to anything, it just kind of feels like more of an insult to the original movie than anything else. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a bit of a different type of video today. And hopefully I might do more of these in the future with movies that I see late or something like that. And they might not necessarily be what went wrong, it could be what went well. So if you enjoyed the video as well, feel free to subscribe to the channel so you can get updates on when new videos are out. And hopefully we should have more things coming soon, especially with Infinity War on the horizon. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.